Okay, I'm crooked and I'm live and I'm pulling over in the middle of farmland. Oh, because I just have to, okay, in the middle of farmland, see if anybody joins me because of this article that was on an environmental coffee house from the Daily Mail, which, if anybody knows the Daily Mail, it's almost like the UK version of the National Enquirer. It's a rag, you know? Okay. So the article was called "Organic Food Could Be Worse for the Environment, a Study Suggests." And it really erupted in a lot of discussion. And I've been thinking about this because I was busy. Hey, everybody, Amy and Kim and Pauline, it's great for you to join me. I'm pulled over in farmland. I do want to get home. There's all kinds of windmills out there. A lot of you are my friends, so you know I haven't been feeling well, and I've been going through a lot of problems since I've had this neck surgery, but I have to drive, and I had to talk today. So here we go. So this article, the organic food, I don't know if you remember seeing it. Okay. Could be worse for the environment. More land is used to grow crops which emit up to 70% more carbon, a study claims. So the article goes into all this, and Kim says that was a bunch of crap. That's why I'm on here, because I have questions, and that's why I'm doing this, because it was really controversial. And there was a person that was in the comments section that challenged us for information, which I don't necessarily have. Okay, that's why I'm here, because I want to talk about this. I thought it was compelling enough. We all eat, right? We all eat. We all either get our food from local produce or mass produce. There's a lot of chemicals, we all know. I mean, so the article was talking about producing the same amount of organic food. You therefore need a much bigger area of land. The greater land use in organic farming leads indirectly to higher carbon dioxide emissions thanks to deforestation. And I think it was a Swedish study. And the crops per hectare are significantly lower in organic farming, which according to the study leads to much greater indirect carbon dioxide emissions from deforestation. Well, I'm not going to go into the whole entire article, because those of you obviously who follow that page, I didn't pick the article. We have other editors. I don't do what I used to do. And it's the comment section here that got me. So we're going to talk about the comment section, and then I'm going to appeal to someone to help us, because my understanding, I live in a farming community. I'm sitting in the middle of farmland. It's all farmland. And it's the kind of farmland where if you have to really go to the bathroom, nobody can see you if you're outside your car. All right. So the comments, right? Who funded this? Roundup? And that got like 18, yays and hearts. And I was like, okay. And our buddy Joseph D. Giamo, he has an organic farm. He says, this kind of stuff isn't believable and makes it all the more obvious that we are consistently being lied to and led down the wrong path. Break free and grow your own food, whatever you can with whatever space you have. Well, we do. And my husband does. I'm unable to do anything right now in this life at this time. But we grow our own food, and we're organic, I suppose, because we don't use any crap. And Kim says, I've been organic gardening for over 40 years, and I get huge crops mostly, which is awesome. It's awesome. But the article, it was just everybody's comments. This is what the page is for. This is why the page is there, to spur discussion. Whether you agree with it or not, my editor put this up, and it spurred discussion. It's not my editor. It's not even it's a bunch of people that just happen to have a love for this thing. There's a bunch of different people. And my point is there's no control. But I think people got angry. But I look at it like, this is great to spur discussion, great to have a challenge. And the article's bogus. So, okay, here, Jane says, yes, let's all eat fruit and vegetables laden with poisons that will end up in our bodies. And the water we drink kills the bees, birds, mammals, fish, poison the feed and land cattle graze on. And then we'll get even more cancers and the like, and can keep feeding the machine that keeps Big Pharma and others like Monsanto in business. Great idea. That is basically what the gist of all the comments. Everybody was so upset. But I don't blame them. I mean, I wasn't, it was controversial. And then Jane writes, this is the Daily Fail. Which then, as I said, is like the UK version of the Inquirer. And most people. Bob says the reason why organic food is so much worse for the climate is that the yields per hectare are much lower, primarily because fertilizers are not used. Now, he's quoting this from the article. To produce the same amount of organic food, you need a much bigger area of land, unquote. He does not believe this statement. It's a terrible article. I mean, it's a study. We don't know if it's one or two studies. And then Toby goes, bullshit. What about the impact of fertilizers? They're very energy intensive. Conventional farming also causes eutrophication, producing even more CO2. And James is like, this is total bullshit. Gregor, you like that? The Daily Tory Fail. So, and Alan says, this article has more holes than a fishing drift net. Do you understand? I love at least having the opportunity to be able to get on when I'm feeling all right or I'm whatever, to read these things and these comments and know that y'all are paying attention. People are paying attention and getting angry. And Sarah says it's a deceiving article. And Laura says, what about all the chemicals that conventional farming puts in the environment? Everybody's upset. So, and John Compost Costume, he says, rubbish conclusions based on one crop and one study. So I am here because there was another commenter who then challenged us. And guess what? I can't find it. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I did this because the person challenged us and said, can you, Neil Anderson, Environmental Coffee House, then please do a proper job of explaining why the study is flawed. Now, all of you that read this thing, Neil Anderson, John Compost Costume says he just did. He says, if the study had looked at the 10 most cultivated crops and compared all these organic versus conventional and also used a variety of land type, soil types, etc., and taken other metrics into consideration such as biodiversity, employment, nitrogen runoff, then this would be a study worth taking notice of. Even more so if the study had been replicated by several independent teams and they all came to the same conclusions. Then scientists like me would say, folks, this is worth taking notice of. So there was some going back and forth. But there was another dude that asked for more information. And there was, here. Neil says, I wouldn't trust the Daily Mail either, but on first glance, they do seem to have given a reasonable view of the original study, which was from Chalmers, Organic Food Worse for the Climate. But now I can't find the dude that challenged us. Wow, that's a drag. Because I was about to reach out and say, okay, I wanted to read to you the other study. Steve, he went, oh, thanks everybody. I'm being in the fight. I'm in my own fight. I'm in the fight of really pretty much my life right now with health and a whole bunch of stuff. But that's not why I'm here. I'm interested, but I just wish that here we go. So Neil says then, please explain the problems with the study. And I also, I found it. So the organic food worse for the climate, and this is the study from Chalmers, CHALMERS.SE. And I do have to say one thing about my health. Since I had the surgery, talking, and you know I love to talk, it hurts. And I went to physical therapy a few weeks ago, and I can't go back because it put me in a tailspin, and I went backwards about probably like before I even had the surgery. So this is hard. When I talk, I actually literally feel the pressure and it gets painful in the metal in my neck. But I really wanted to do this today. All right, so here's the study, and it's organic food worse for the climate, and the study, Chalmers Education. If you guys want to look, you can find it. But I'm asking, besides John, who did talk about it, I am not a scientist. None of us on Environmental Coffee House that do anything with the page. We bring information. We provide things from all kinds of areas, all over. And we don't have answers all the time. That's what we look to you for the conversation, And Heidi's here, and she just said, uh-oh, let me see what she said. I can't get it. It won't let me see the whole comment. Hi, Heidi. I can't see it because I'm on the dumb old phone. But the reason why organic food is so much worse for the climate is that the yields per hectare are much lower, primarily because fertilizers are not used. So the article's talking about fertilizers, and we all hate them. And we all see what fertilizers have done. I mean, in my lifetime alone, I can't make a correlation. I'm not a scientist, but you see the cancers. You see what's happened. You see that the different things that are happening with children and all that. Karen says organic farms being attacked. Well, that's what I kind of thought when I saw this, and I understand why the editor put it up, of course. Look what it's created. It really has. It's really created, and it was, I've been, not home, but now I want to find, I've been thinking about this. So I found this in Quora. It said advantages of organic farming, which I had put up for Neil, and he kept saying, I want science, he wants some scientific, why is the article wrong? So that's what I'm appealing to all you scientists out there that understand organic farming. I also asked Paul Beckwith, even though he's a climatologist, but Paul seems pretty knowledgeable. Advantages of organic farming. And I can tell you right now, I am not sitting in the middle of an organic farm. I'm probably sitting in the middle right now. They're starting to spread manure. And it's not even the end of December. Organic farming method uses the natural environment to enhance the productivity of an agriculture. Organic farming uses carbon-based fertilizers and biological pest control and do not use synthetic fertilizers. Crop diversity can be seen in organic farming. In conventional farming, mass production of one crop in one location is focused, while in organic farming, it is possible to grow multiple crops in the same place. That's what we do in our little garden. Oh, he does. Organic farming uses methods like green manure and composting, which we did this year. It replaces nutrients taken from the soil from the previous crops. Organic farming relies on natural breakdown of organic matter and hence allows the production of nutrients in the soil. It improves soil fertility and feeds nutrients to the soil to feed the, and then it got cut off. Okay, but enough of this. If you want to talk about this, somebody come into the conversation besides John, who did a nice job. And let's maybe somebody will come on. Maybe Antonio, if you're watching, maybe you want to talk about this with someone online. It's very interesting because, we have huge issues going on right now, right? Climate change, ocean acidification, the Arctic is melting, but we're still alive. We're still eating. We're still farming. What's the best method? We're all fighting against corporate greed. We're fighting against corporate takeovers of everything. We're fighting for our lives. We don't want these pesticides in our food. And then comes this study. It gets everybody upset. So if there's anybody knowledgeable out there about the study, more than John, and John, you know what? I'm happy that you're here. I'm just asking for more voices. Because, and I just want to say, man, I dig y'all. That sounds like 1980s or 70s lingo, but it's just amazing to see the kind of conversation that goes on. It makes me happy, and not a lot does. So, thanks. Umbra says, anyone who can take out the government, let me know if you've got an army. What we want to take out is the neoliberal corporate state of the government. And I will end with, my little vision of how I would love to see how the world is. Oh, wait, Henry says, is the money behind the organic study fully transparent? I don't know. I'm saying I can't research it myself. I don't know if anybody can, so that's why I'm appealing to you guys. You're all so bright, and somebody's got to know more. I would just like to see every local area eat what's local, because all this importing of food is using a lot of fossil fuels, and God knows I bought grapes for my husband, and I looked where they came from, and they had to travel, and boy, they looked good, and grapes don't look that great. So what the hell is in those grapes? Liz is right. She says it doesn't take a science degree to know that weed poison, glyphosate, is not good for anyone. Of course it's not, but there's more to this. There's more to this. There's the money behind it. Who would fund this study, at that university in Sweden? All of this stuff. And it's not a conspiracy. It's just we want to know, especially when it lands in the Daily Mail in the UK. Okay? And then we got it. We put it on the page, and everybody got upset. So I will end with thanking you for all coming. Hi, Tina Drama. Hi. Tina does live streams on her page, everybody, if you want to know. She's cool shit. Cool as shit. I just would like to see that. Just eat what's locally grown, and maybe we could cut down on all these imports. Maybe we don't all have to have avocados and grapes from somewhere else that look like they looked to me like they were almost plastic grapes. And I said to my husband, man, you really got to wash them. Oh, who just said something about that? Kim. I said, you got to make sure you can't pick them out of the fridge. Or if I bring stuff home, if I grocery shop, which I hate, wash it. But I don't like to buy stuff that's trucked in and farmed in, and that's a whole other live stream. I am so disgusted with painting a lot of things. Not you guys, though. Thanks. Heidi just shared to groups to try to get more in on it. It's a good conversation. I can't share because I'm in Facebook jail again for sharing an article 4 times, I think it was. Something to do with climate change or the environment. What the heck else do I do? Once in a while, my Trump stuff, because I am, I don't know. It's not Trump derangement syndrome. It is, I really can't stand the grifter mobster family that is now, oh God, don't get me started on this whole Syria thing. We don't want wars, but I can't. I just feel like the Kurds are going to lose and we're going to see another genocide. But that's not what we're doing here. We're talking about, Henry says there's wax on the fruit and vegetables. It's disgusting. So what the hell are we eating? That's why I don't want to eat anything but what my husband grew. But we're limited to Brussels sprouts, peppers, green beans, and beets. I guess that's not so bad, right? I don't think so. Do you? Well, anyway, I know that Heidi just did that. She just shared this, but I would like to also reach out to, if I do put this on YouTube, help us here. Let's get this conversation going. We're not dead yet. So I know that sounds so morbid. I guess it's a function of getting older and not feeling good when you have pain. You start thinking about stuff like you get a little morbid on things. Like today, I'm rambling, but I was driving in traffic, which I absolutely hate. It is so stressful. I can't stand it. I never want to leave home. And there was a pretty big coyote in the middle of a 6-lane highway and a little patch of grass. And it ruined my entire day to see that coyote there. And it put me onto a tangent in my brain of how fucked up we are and how everything is cement and growth and unlimited growth on a finite planet, and population has a big part of it. And that's where I was going with also with this farming and all the pesticides. Part of the reason why we have to have all that is because when I was born, there were 3 billion people, and now there's 7.5 billion people. And it's growing. And in order to feed these people, it ain't going to be organic. Yeah. Okay, guys. I got to go home before it gets dark. It's been nice to be here, though, and have you all join me. There's a lot of good comments, and this is I think it's a really worthy discussion, being that I live in farm country and that I'm sitting in the farm land, and this article and what we're eating. What are we eating when we buy things in the store? Amen, Heidi says about buying organics. I just wish I was a healthy person and I could get out there. Maybe it'll happen again and do the work and pick stuff and what my husband does, because he's an amazing person. Nobody like him. Does everything. Kathy, it was great seeing you too. Thanks, guys. Peace and share, because again, I'm the Facebook felon. All right. Bye.